being a CEO is big business. And if you're not an entrepreneur, maybe you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or maybe you don't even want to fucking be one. This is the world that I live in and that I connect with most of my clients on. But not all of my clients are entrepreneurs, but every one of us has something in common. And that's that every single one of us is in charge of our own lives. And we are the CEO of our emotions. We're going to talk about the 4 outfits that every female entrepreneur needs in her arsenal. And yes, I very clearly am talking to my female entrepreneurs. What's up, Style Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Styled for Life. It's your girl, Katie here. And my mission with this show is to support you on your style journey, because it's not an option whether or not you're going to get dressed today. This isn't meditating. This isn't affirmations, right? You have to get dressed. So let's make it work for you. My mission with the show is to break down all the fashion stereotypes that are holding you back so that we can deep dive into the fashion psychology and transmute this thing into something that's going to work for you, not against you. Because this is the magic, baby. This is where it happens. So I'm super excited that you're here. If you're new, thank you. That's what we're all about here. If you've been hanging out with me for a while, that's where we're going. That's where we're evolving. That's the ahas, is getting dressed is not an option. This isn't fucking meditating. This isn't journaling. This isn't affirming ourselves that we're fucking awesome. This is getting dressed, which is something we have to do every day. Lucky me that I get to talk about something that you get to do every day. And lucky you for being able to have the resources to make this magical. We're going to do this. So I'm super, super excited about today's episode. And I'm super excited in general. And I know I say that every single time I start a podcast, but I want you to just feel it. And I just want you to know it. And I want you to be on this ride with me. And I just hope that no matter what I'm saying, that the energy and love that I pour into this, my heart and style into this, instead of my heart and soul. Did you get it? Anyway, stupid dad joke. I can't help it. That it comes through to you, and that no matter what the aha is, that it benefits from you. Because to me, our clothes are just a reflection of who we are and what we're doing in life. And that's really everything. And that applies to all of it, us. And that's the goal, is to shift the way we think about these things and just go super, super deep. So I'm super excited to be here, but I have to tell you a quick little story before we hop into today's episode. So I was all excited. I got my podcast all planned out. And then I don't know if you listened a couple episodes back when one of my mentors and clients, Dr. Alex of Zesty Ginger, came on, and we were talking, they do accelerated transformation. Like, what are the quickest things you can do to get to the transformation of your life that you want, meaning like the becoming of who you are. And she used this phrase in there that like, it's so important to know what those tools are for you, because life's going to keep on lifing. And I just thought, what a great, like, little quippy, little fun thing to say, right? Like, I do love fun little things like that when shit's really annoying. So does that work for you? Totally works for me. So speaking of stupid little annoying things that are happening, I'm like, okay, the bus was late. Okay, that's one. Fine. I'm like, okay, I can't wait to go record this podcast and connect with my peeps. And then I was like in the kitchen getting my giant 20 ounces of water and electrolytes ready. And of course, a giant mason jar, right? Glass, because, we're trying to do the right thing for ourselves and the environment. And that son of a broke. Slipped right out of my hand onto the counter, 28 ounces of water all over, and not just regular water, but like sticky electrolyte water all over the counter, all inside of my silverware drawer, shards of glass freaking everywhere. And like 30 minutes of my life just gone. And the whole time I was doing this, I kept thinking like, won't this be a great story for the podcast? Life's just going to keep lifing and on repeat. I was like, this is just life lifing. And no matter what happens, I'm going to get to that podcast episode. So I've recorded this episode in my head like 5 times when I was cleaning all of that up. So I'm probably going to not be as good as I was in my head because I never am when I do the podcast. But I just had to tell you that story because it was just one of those moments where, have you ever been like running late to get somewhere? And this is a game I play with myself. Like I'm running late and I'm like, oh my God, did I turn off the curler iron and have to go run back in the house and make sure I did it? And then I always tell myself that like, I just not supposed to be on the road right now, or I'm not supposed to be doing that thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And that's why this other thing is happening, right? I'm running late because like, maybe it'd be that moment when the tractor trailer wheel busts off in the tunnel and causes a car accident or something crazy. Like I have to tell myself those kind of stories to like keep my shit together when I'm highly annoyed. And that's what I was doing when I was cleaning up the 28 ounces of sticky electrolyte water and cleaning every single fucking piece of silverware I own for 30 minutes. Because of course the glass shards were all over all of that. And I know my kids will be home and ready to just like go eat after school. And myself, of course, too. And I was like, oh my God, I guess I'm just not supposed to be recording the podcast right now. There must be something magical that's going to happen in a little bit that's going to make this podcast episode amazing. So here we are. So 5 minutes in, that's the story I just had to share because you're my people. And I know you know what that's like. And I just had to just tell you the funny little story about life keeps on lifing. And I just thought that was such a great analogy or whatever the fuck that is. Mantra to just get through those super annoying things in life. And I'm not always really good at keeping my annoyance under control, but today, I was really proud of that. So I had to share that because hopefully you have that moment too. And you can be proud of that moment too. So today's episode is a really good one. We're going to talk about the 4 outfits that every female entrepreneur needs in her arsenal. Yes, I very clearly am talking to my female entrepreneurs because being a CEO is big business. And if you're not an entrepreneur, maybe you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or maybe you don't even want to fucking be one. This is the world that I live in and that I connect with most of my clients on. But not all of my clients are entrepreneurs, but every one of us has something in common. And that's that every single one of us is in charge of our own lives. And we are the CEO of our emotions. And through these last couple years of shifting from corporate to becoming a CEO, it's been wild. And it's really weird. We think we want so much freedom and we think we just want to be able to do things the way that we want to do them. But until you've become a CEO, you've never been in a situation where you've actually had that much freedom. And you have to truly train your brain. Breaking through status quos is really hard because for one, it's not encouraged in society. And for two, there's just like not a fucking blueprint out there on like how to follow this. And when someone says, go just do whatever you want, you're like, well, I don't know how to do that because I've been doing what other people want me to do my entire life, right? Like I've been checking the check boxes of what I'm supposed to be doing or, whether it's how you should invest your money to what order of events you should follow in life to having to raise your hand to go to the fucking bathroom in school to then absolutely squeezing yourself into a culture and corporate, right? Which can be distressing. All of those, not just corporate. I'm just saying all of those things can be really distressing. And then someone says, oh, here, so go be an entrepreneur. There's no rules. Figure out how to trust yourself and figure out how to do those things. So I see this through line between my entrepreneurs and just my other clients, my high achieving ladies, that no matter where you're at, the true goal here is to build confidence and deep self-trust. So we're going to dive deep into the 4 looks that every entrepreneur needs. There's going to be some spicy stuff in here that might be a little triggering to you, but I have to speak to them because they're things that feel really true for me. And I know I'm not the only person out there that feels this way. So we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I have to let you know. So we're going to talk about the 4 outfits that every entrepreneur needs. And if you're like, okay, this is great, what are those 4 outfits? Next week, June 8th, mark your calendars. The first and third Thursday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Style Squad is meeting. We're official, baby. We got consistency. This coming up June 8th, Thursday at 1 p.m., we're doing our Summer Trends Masterclass. So I've been doing this one for a couple years now. Officially in the Style Squad, this will be our second one because the Style Squad just started in February. And this is the class, right? So right now it's 75 minutes. I might blow it out to 90 minutes. This is the one that no one can show up all quarter long, but this is the one that everyone shows up for. We're going to talk about how to get really clear on our style and our outfits for the next 3 months. We're going to go over through what's trending, how it's applicable to us, how it's applicable to our body shapes. And it's an amazing opportunity to have one-on-one time to get all your style questions and to build community. And what's new this time, if you've bought one of my Shop by a Stylist books, is that the books aren't going to be available anymore unless you're in the Style Squad. So they won't be sold separately. They're only going to be part of the Style Squad membership. Why, you ask? Because selling a book online for money and a digital product, fantastic. It's great. But there's no real connection there. And I value deep fucking connection. That's why I have shown up on this podcast every week for almost 4 years now, pouring out my heart and soul, because I value deep connection and I know what it's like to be struggling with something and to second guess yourself whenever you're starting something new or evolving to the next level of the thing you're doing, right? So yes, you could be getting yourself dressed and feeling really fucking good about it for a really long time, but maybe you're getting to a different point in your life and you're doing more in-person events or you're doing different things and you have very specific questions. Or maybe you're just tired of fucking doing it yourself and you want someone to do it for you. Hello. I get it. So join us June 8th. Pop into the Style Squad. You know what? Hot tip. It's a month-to-month membership. You can pop out at any time. No hard feelings. People do it. I do it all the time. It's why I set the membership up like this, because I want to have the flexibility. My man-gen self wants to have the flexibility to pop in and out of things as I want to pop in and out of things, right? So pop in for the month. A month in the Style Squad is the same price as a month as the book. But a month in the Style Squad gets you community, gets you access to the Style Hub, gets you this season's book, gets you last season's book, gets you all the replays, gets you Heartbeat, gets you Digital Closet, like all the added things that come with it. Anyways, I'm going to drop a link in the show notes for you. But June 8th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing our Summer Trends book. We'll be doing heavy focus on bathing suits just because it is that time. The spring book is out. We'll do a quick recap of that because all of the spring trends obviously are summer trends, but they'll just look a little different, right? We're going to get rid of the trench coats. We don't need those anymore. So we'll focus heavy on bathing suits. And bathing suit issues particularly because bathing suits kick up a lot of issues. So long torso, petite, plus big boobs, little boobs. You actually want to be able to swim in your bathing suit. Like all of that shit we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about shorts. We're going to talk about all the upcoming trends. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be super juicy. If you do pop in the Style Squad for the month of June, we'll be following this call up with another call for hair and makeup for the summer. And I have certified hair stylists and makeup artists coming in. They're members of the squad to present to everyone. So that's what's going on in the squad. So if you're totally intrigued by today's episode and you're like, I still don't know what to wear, you're going to get access to a fully shopped summer digital closet. I've been already shopping for hours and hours and hours getting this thing done. It's super juicy. All right. So now that we're like 13 minutes in and I haven't told you what the 4 outfits are, you're probably like, Katie, let's get going. Chop, chop, chop. I'm a busy entrepreneur. The 4 looks that every entrepreneur needs. Okay. And this isn't about looking good. This is about you feeling good and building confidence. Because whether you're the CEO of your business or just the CEO of your life, you are breaking status quo. And that takes a lot of mental energy, physical energy, emotional energy, and spiritual energy. And it's a constant test against your confidence. I think confidence is just the biggest word. I know it feels really basic to me because I feel like we just throw it out there. But that at the core of it, I think that's what it is, because confidence to me is keeping the self promises, those little teeny promises that we make to ourselves on a daily basis. I'll start my diet on Monday. Oh, I'll start doing my bank account on Monday. Oh, I'll start reaching out to those podcasters on Monday. Oh, I'll start selling my services on Monday. Although every time we do that, we're like just chipping away at our confidence little by little. And like I started this podcast with, getting dressed is not optional. So let's use that thing that we have to do every day to add back to that confidence, to build onto that confidence every day. So let's go through the 4 looks that every female entrepreneur needs to feel fabulous and build that confidence. Work. Outfit number 1. Please, if you don't fucking do anything, please, 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 master your work from home outfit. As someone who has been working from home for the last 3 years, I can speak to this so clearly. And honestly, this is what started this whole journey for me before I left corporate, before I knew what I wanted my business to be. When the pandemic started and I stopped getting dressed and I stopped taking showers, not every day, but just like late in the day, my mindset, my mental game was in the shitter. There's so much power and intention that comes from feeling like you are taking the extra 10 to 15 minutes to put the energy into how you want to feel that day through your outfit. It will change your life. So you're working from home. So if you're working from home and you don't have any Zoom calls, maybe you're writing content for your business. Maybe you're going to record some videos. Maybe you're going to pitch yourself to some podcast. Maybe you're going to write that book. Maybe you're going to build those new offers. Like, what are those really big things that you're doing in your business that are moving the needle? You deserve to feel amazing and create and do those things from a place of confidence. We've all heard it before. If you do things with desperation, your clients will feel it, right? If you're just out being sleazy and desperate, I don't even want to use the word sleazy, but if you're being desperate, you will make desperate decisions, right? If you feel desperate, you will make desperate decisions and you will end up regretting them. And everyone says that your reality right now, like, you've created that. And I do believe it, because our thoughts create our reality all the time. We talked about this on last week's episode, because it causes you to take action or not take action, period, point blank, right? Action creates results, but those actions will come or go depending on your thoughts. That's why it's so important that your work from home outfit feels good to you. Because if your work from home outfit is a pair of holey underwear, sweatpants with dog hair on them, and a big baggy shirt from college that has pit stains, that ain't the energy that I want you writing your copy with and creating your content with. That's going to make me feel like, oh my God, I need to pay her. No, it's not. And it's not going to make you feel that same way either. Every time you go to the bathroom, and you wash your hands and you look at yourself in the mirror, your self-doubt is going to creep in, and it's going to be like, well, who the fuck are you? And guess what? You're never immune to that, because that inner dialogue is radical. And I'm not saying get glammed up. That's why I said this is one of the 4 looks that you need. This is the minimal version of, how do I connect with myself? Am I just putting on some tinted moisturizer for the day? Am I just putting on my favorite lip gloss that smells amazing? Am I just wearing that ring that reminds me that I'm powerful? Am I just going to wear those earrings that make that clicky noise that I love every time I type? Am I going to wear those really fun purple sweatpants that make me feel amazing? You're allowed to wear sweatpants. I mean, you're allowed to wear whatever the fuck you want. But it's the intentionality behind it. It's the powerful woman behind it that makes you feel amazing, right? I can go through my favorite work from home suggestions. I still do my hair and my makeup. Does that look different than when I go out? Absolutely. It's much quicker. It's much lighter. My hair might be pulled back where I like to wear it down most of the time. That might take a little bit of extra effort. For me, it's a sleek hairdo. Nothing against messy buns, But if my outfit's really, really casual, I don't want my hair to also be really casual. And that's how I truly think you master the work from home outfit is if your outfit's really casual and comfortable, how else are you adorning yourself and pampering yourself to remind yourself that you are the queen of content? You are the queen of your business. You are the fucking CEO. And you do the fuck know what you're talking about. And you deserve to be running that business and get paid for that business and all of the things, right? So really just lean into that. What is that for you? And there's another really good piece of this is your work from home outfit should be different than your pajamas. Because when you stop working for the day, how else are you telling your brain that you're stopped working for the day and it's time to shift into that other version of yourself? Maybe it's time to shift into mom mode. Maybe it's time to shift into relaxation mode. What is that? All right. So outfit number 1 is please, please nail your work from home outfit. That brings us to look number 2. And this is the one where I said this might get your panties in a bunch. But I just feel like it's my job to keep it real. And this is just how I feel. And if I feel like then I know other people feel like this too. They just might not say it, which is the gift, right? Number 2 is your Zoom call look. Please, for the love of God, stop showing up on Zoom without caring or rushed or messy. There's nothing wrong with showing up on Zoom and saying, hey, I need 5 minutes. I have to go to the bathroom. Hey, I didn't get to finish my lunch on the last call because things got behind. But what I want to say here is the same amount of respect and energy that we put into meeting someone in real life for coffee is the same amount of respect and energy that we should put into meeting someone on Zoom. And again, not just for them, but for yourself. Because this is all about treating yourself with just as much care and respect as it is the other people that you interact with. Because if we get what we give, right? Every time you don't show respect to someone, you're not showing respect for yourself. And I'm saying this because if that is the case, and you don't have enough time to go to the bathroom, and you don't have 10 minutes to put on a shirt that makes you feel good, and you don't have 10 minutes to brush your hair so you're not messing with it the whole time you're on Zoom, then what you are saying to yourself is, I don't value myself enough to work in breaks and time into the day. I don't value your time enough on the Zoom to give you my undivided attention. And quite frankly, I think it's rude. My time and energy is just as important as your time and energy, whether it's virtual or in person. We are, in fact, saving ourselves tons of time by not driving. Those 10 minutes it would have taken you to drive up the street to meet me at the coffee spot, spend those 10 minutes getting yourself ready for your next Zoom call. If I was doing 5 meetings in a day, I wouldn't schedule them back to back to back because I would know I'd have to go to the bathroom. I know I'd have to eat and I know I'd have to drive. And I think that this isn't really just about style. This is really about us managing our days and managing our lives and managing our time and managing our expectations so that we can build self-confidence. Because then at the end of the day, you're completely burnt out and you're not giving yourself the best version of yourself and you're not giving the people around you the best version of yourself. How do I know this? Because I do it too. I am you. We do this too. I will never forget when I was on one of the trainings for my teacher on a coaching call and I showed up and I felt really insecure. And now that I say this, notice this. When people get on Zoom, we think, oh, it's just screen. It doesn't matter. But you know what the key piece about this is that you can see yourself and you're not looking at the other person. They're not even judging you. They're fucking judging themselves the whole time. Unless you have the view where you ain't in the view, you're looking at yourself just as much as you're connecting with the other person. And if you're looking at yourself and your inner mean girl the whole time is like, God damn, I look like a hot mess. Man, look at her. She has her lipstick on. Fuck, why didn't I put my lipstick on? Well, I don't even like lipstick. Why didn't I at least put on that shirt that I love that always makes me feel really good when I do my business? God, I'm such a loser. Oh my God, I didn't send that email. Fuck, the kids need this. And now you're not even paying attention to what's being said. You're not even giving value. You're not receiving value. Like you've just wasted this whole opportunity. And then that becomes a habit. And now we're just rolling through and we're just rolling through. Please don't get this misconstrued with me saying that you need to be glamorous and you need to show up on Zoom and you need to look a certain way. I am just saying that I, quite frankly, am over it for myself and everyone else. And I just think we need to treat ourselves with a little bit more of respect and love. I'd rather someone not overbook me for the day and show up ready to invest that time and that energy into themselves and to me. That's the person I'm becoming. That's the life I want to live. I am craving presence. And with the digital world, it's really hard because it's super easy to be on Zoom with you and be answering a DM and doing this. And then we're not giving anybody ever time. But the shitty part is we're not just doing that on Zoom. We're doing that when we're with our families. We're doing that when we're with our kids. We're doing that when we're supposed to be relaxing. And we've created this habit of just feeling anxious and anxiety ridden all the time. Now, you see how this has fucking nothing to do with clothes. It's all about the habit. And that is the point of this entire fucking Styled for Life podcast, not just today's episode. That's why it's called Styled for Life, because we are intentionally styling ourselves for the lives that we are creating and the people that we are becoming. And this is the long game. You're never going to win this game, right? So dial it in and feel good. You're allowed to feel good. Give yourself permission to feel good. So that one was a little bit of a tangent because that one's spicy for me. So I know. But receive that and then give me your feedback. How do you feel about that? Am I pissing you off? Or are you like, you know what? You're right. I could probably do with one less Zoom meeting a day so I can hydrate, eat, put on an outfit that makes me feel good. You guys know the queen of casual and sporty and t-shirts and jeans. So there's not a version of me telling you to go put on that outfit and get super dolled up and do the things. I'm telling you to feel good. Feel good. I'm over here dancing when I say this. I hope you can feel that energy. So outfit number 1 is that work from home outfit. Okay, get that. Make sure you feel good because I want your gift in the world. I might need your gift. So show up and show out. Number 2 is the Zoom calls. These people are important people to you. These are your network. These are your clients, right? These are your biz besties. If you're listening and you're not an entrepreneur, I mean, these are your colleagues, your bosses, whoever. They could be parent-teacher conferences, which then leads me to outfit number 3 that you need. This is your events outfit, okay? What are you wearing to real life events? I'm totally going to break this down into next week's episode. So don't freak out and be like, Katie, I'm going to shoot you. Because I'm going to zoom over this one and you're going to be like, no, there's way too much here. And that's why it deserves its own episode. But the outfit number 3 that you need is your events outfit, right? So this is anything that's emotionally charged. This is your sales calls, your client meetings, your networking events, your presentation, your workshops, your speaking gigs, in your retreats. Maybe you're the host, maybe you're attending. It doesn't matter, right? All of those events, even when you attend someone's TED Talk, you still want to feel a certain way and you still want to receive it, right? You need to know what these outfits are. And there's an art to all of these, and they should all be slightly different. And you might be thinking like, holy shit, how many different outfits do I have to have? There's a way to take your work from home outfit to a Zoom call outfit, to an event outfit. And so last but not least will be our day off outfit. But your events outfit is anything that's emotionally charged. So just like those other outfits that make you feel good, this is it. But this is making you feel good from top to bottom, head to toe. This is when we are showing up and we are showing out. So I am going to dedicate all next week's episode to diving deep into that. And secret, there's a new secret podcast that will be coming out all about this. I think it'll be out next week when this episode drops. So we're going to put that one there and we're going to save it for another day. And then the last outfit is your day off outfit. When I was in corporate, I used to do this. I'd have my work clothes and then I'd have my weekend clothes. And I still think that that's really important. And as women, I think this is crucial. because taking a day off is really hard. And I think the goal here is to use your outfits to signal to yourself the state that you want to be in, right? Because we fluctuate through different emotional states, and we fluctuate through the different roles in our lives and our different personalities and all of those things. And there's big association here where our brain loves to associate things, right? So like every time our brain's like, well, every time I wear those sweatpants, I'm just like binge watching Netflix. Now this wants me to sit down and create some amazing jazz. We're not doing that. And then the flip side to that is you have on like your event outfit or that really cute dress that you always wear to events. And then you might wear it on the weekends and you're like, you just have that energy and maybe you're constantly thinking about work because last time you wore that outfit, you were doing something amazing. And nothing's wrong with that if that's the energy you want. But I try to get really cognizant, and my clients and I talk about this all the time, where we get really into like I have one client, we joke about it all the time when we do a closet edits every quarter. She's like, okay, who am I? What am I wearing? Where am I going in that outfit? And it's so true. Like that's how we should treat our clothes. So we're in the Style Squad, and one of my Style Squad sisters dropped this line, and it was amazing. I'm pretty sure I dropped this on last week's episode too. Wear who you need to be. Every outfit that I've mentioned here is a version of yourself. It's who you need to be that day to do that thing, to build that confidence. So whether you're working from home, whether you're connecting with your associates, colleagues, clients on Zoom, you're attending really big in-person events, anything, right? That's got your emotions going up. Maybe you're doing a sales call with someone, meeting a potential new client, taking them out to dinner, taking them out to lunch, even a parent-teacher conference, a networking event, whatever that is, a mixer, very emotionally charged, right? What are you wearing? Wear who you need to be that day. And then your day off is just as important as all the other things. You need to tap into that version of yourself too. And I truly believe by doing that, that's how we begin to cultivate presence. That's how we begin to cultivate the habits. That's how we begin to cultivate the mindset, the personality, the habits of the woman that we are becoming. So those are the 4 looks that every female entrepreneur needs. If you want to join us next week for our Summer Trends Masterclass, where we will dive deep into all the trends and the outfits that have already been shopped, and you can shop them right there. You can meet with community. Speaking of networking and mixers, you can meet some other amazing business ladies and other amazing kick-ass women in that group. You can ask questions. You can ask me questions. You can ask them questions. You can get on the call live with us. All of that. Join the Style Squad. Come to the call June 8th. It's basically a workshop. It's basically a masterclass. June 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every first and third Thursday of the month, we will be doing a deep dive into some area of style that will really help us cultivate that confidence and super, super deep self-trust so we could take over the world and make it a better place. All right, boo. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you're thinking about what those 4 outfits are for you. If you need help and you are like, I don't really want another community, Style Squad's not for me. Of course, as always, I have one-on-one support for my clients as well. Just hit me up, katie@katiejuststyle.com, and we will see if it's a good fit. Until then, babe, I will see you on the other side.